Good day, folks. Welcome back to M&M Weekly. My name is Ross Butler, and today we cover movies, media, and everything in between. And now for today's movie review. You know, at some point down the road, fans and critics are going to look back at the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and ask themselves this question: how the heck did it get this good? You all know what I mean. Ever since Iron Man broke into the big screen in 2008, it achieved several goals in that one film alone. It made nearly $600 million worldwide, with more than half of that grossed in America alone. It also revamped the career of its lead actor, Robert Downey Jr., and officially launched the title of Marvel Film Studios, which in turn paved the road for all feature films to walk down with pride. Unfortunately, though, the quality of the films that followed can match up to the success of Iron Man. Yeah, sure, it's two sequels. The first in 2010 being underwhelming, and the second in 2013 was good enough but far below the standards of the original film achieved. To say nothing of the fact that that was the first film. That's the only film that Jon Favreau did not do as director. Despite that, the Marvel Cinematic Universe continued to flourish and rake in millions of dollars in box office receipts, especially through films like The Avengers, its sequel, Age of Ultron, and especially the Captain America films, which we'll get into quite a bit. And those films paved the way for other movies in the Marvel Universe, such as the Thor and Thor the Dark World, its sequel, as well as Ant-Man last year, and especially the Captain America franchise. And Captain America the First Avenger burst into the big screen in 2011 with Chris Evans, who previously starred in the Fantastic Four films as Johnny Storm. He starred in this film as the title character, which was focused on the character's origin story during World War II. And yeah, no dancing around this. While it was no Iron Man, it was still a dang impressive film. And its 2014 sequel, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, was a big step up from the previous film that was much more gritty, realistic, and honestly was almost like a spy film than a straight-up superhero film, which if pulled off well is only a plus. And for that reason, people consider The Winter Soldier the best Marvel film in the universe. Now, fast forward to 2016, and here we are with the most anticipated Marvel film, Captain America: Civil War. Reportedly based off the Marvel Comics series of the same name, featuring just about every Marvel character in recent memory, including Fantastic Four and the X-Men. If you don't know the storyline, well, here it is. Basically, the story's about centered around the government wants to put kind of like a restraint order-esque order on superheroes to have their powers checked from time, to keep their powers in check from time to time, to keep them from causing destruction throughout the U.S. However, in Iron Man, who was once against the government once, was all for this. However, the one person against it, however, is Captain America, who believes that if this happens, they won't be able to go to people's needs whenever they need to, and he would feel guilty if this went into effect. So he's against it, and so the two find themselves at odds, especially when other Marvel characters catch wind of this, and the two start to prepare to battle against each other. But it becomes even more personal when Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, becomes involved, and Captain America feels compelled to protect his friend despite Iron Man's wishes of him bringing him in. To admit to you, I was anxious for a few reasons. Not only was this film one of the most anticipated films since the excellent event 2012's The Avengers, but given that this film had a lot riding on its shoulders, given that it was again one of the most anticipated films this year, and it was directed by the Russo brothers, the same directing masterminds behind behind Captain America: The Winter Soldier, to say nothing of the fact that not only have they had one of the biggest budgets Marvel ever had, and just about every Marvel character who've been in every single previous film, such as Iron Man, James Rhodey, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, aka Bucky Barnes, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Vision, but also with the introduction of the new Spider-Man, and especially Black Panther, who will get his own solo film soon, as well as Ant-Man. There was a lot of writing on this. I mean, could these guys So the Marvel pulled it off once again. Is this their best film to date? Well, guys, I gotta be honest with you. I only saw this film once, but I've been sitting on this film for such a long time. I'm honestly figuring out where I can even start to nitpick this film. Because let me be clear with you guys on this. Not only is this one of the best films I've seen this year, but possibly the most. I'm trying to find flaws with this film, and to be honest, I don't think I've been able to find any yet. So, is this the best Marvel film? Is it gonna be one of my best? Is this gonna be gonna get a big score for me? Well, let's find out, shall we? The first thing we need to start is the central storyline itself. Now, I've already explained the entire plot of the whole thing, but here's one of the biggest things you'll notice in the film between this and the comic books. First of all, the comic books the comic book series is actually like an 8-book miniseries with each character's sides leading up to the tragic that leads them to join up the war. And yeah, sure, I point out all the characters on either sides, like Black Widow, like Iron Man having Black Widow, Vision, and Black Panther, and especially some other people in Spider-Man, and with Captain America having like Sharon Carter, aka Agent 13, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, and Bucky Barnes on his side, as well as Falcon. Let's be fair here, and James Woolley on Iron Man's side, of course. But one thing you can notice in this film is that it's a lot less ambitious. It's a little less large scale than the comic book series were, for good reason. And just about all the characters who were in this film were not in that film. When the comic books were not in the film, such as the Fantastic Four characters, and especially all the X-Men characters, which I gotta admit, yeah, it would have been a challenge to fit in there. So one thing I'm actually glad that's cut out. Some people might be disappointed by this, but really, if I can say that that's the big difference from the comic books to the film. Yeah, it doesn't detract from how awesome this film is. That's impressive. And now we had to get down to the production and the direction of this film. And guys, I gotta be honest. I know Marvel always knows how to take good chances with big budgets. But Anthony Joe Russo did a fantastic job with the big budget when they made Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And I gotta say, guys, the production of this, the scale of this, the CG when it's used, it's fantastic, guys. I can't say that just enough. And one thing I like about the explosions is that they're actually so realistic and so gritty and so danger-inducing that it almost feels like this is actually happening in real life. And yeah, sure, there is CG in it. I will admit that. But one thing that Marvel films always have going for that is that they always take the CG and they always blend it into good use. And they always manipulate in such a great way so that it never comes off as CG. It comes off as real, just like it should be. And Anthony Joe Russo, look, these guys may have an extensive back catalog when it comes to directing. They've only prior to this film, to Civil War, they only directed The Winter Soldier and a few episodes of Community. Let's not forget that. But one thing you might notice from this film to The Winter Soldier is the fact they took some of the spy thriller / political thriller aspects of that film, and they put into this film, and yet they also give the characters tons and tons of depth. Which is one of the biggest strengths of the Avengers, and is now one of the biggest strengths of this film. Every character that shows up in this film, you understand where they're coming from. And at that point, we might as well get into the characters and the cast. And guys, do I even need to say who's in this film? If you guys have been following the Marvel Universe, you already know what I'm talking about. Even if you haven't seen the movies, watch the trailer and you'll see all who is there. That's all I can say about that. As for the characters, once again, we understand. One of the greatest things I love about characters is that characters in a great film is that you understand what they're doing. You understand their backstory. You understand why they're doing what they're doing. You can understand where they're coming from when they do the things that they're doing. Now it's very easy to get these. It's very easy to get these right for the Marvel for the protagonist, but sometimes for the antagonist, it's very hard to pull that off. Mostly because people don't put a lot of effort into the villains in their films, and second because well, they just don't think it's important. But Marvel, man, I didn't recognize it was Daniel Bryan playing this villain, but yeah, this guy, he's excellent. He's excellent. He's got depth to him. He's dark. He's sinister. But he's motivated, and that's exactly what he should be. Now let's talk about the two new additions to this film. Black Panther, played by Chadwick Boseman. Amazing, just amazing. The guy's realistic. He's gritty. He's got depth to them. Chadwick Boseman is excellent. I honestly don't need to say more. Just go see the film. You'll see what I'm talking about. But Chadwick Boseman, that guy hit a home run. Nice job. And Spider-Man. Man, now this one could be a bit worrying because we've all seen what Andrew Garfield turned Spider-Man into with the Amazing Spider-Man films, and people say that since Spider-Man 2, there's been no great incarnation of Spider-Man, especially with Spider-Man 3 and the Amazing Spider-Man movies. But Tom Holland as Spider-Man, I haven't seen a script this well written since Deadpool earlier this year. But guys, if you're looking for a film for a film with a script that has excellent writing, has a ton of thought behind it, has great ideas, and actually does justice to the source material that inspired it, I gotta say, guys, all the writing for these characters are just fantastic. We got the Marvel movies have always had fantastic comedy that not only connects well but also makes people really laugh. And I gotta say, the best comedy in this film is the Spider-Man. The Spider-Man has always had a great sense of humor and plenty of wit in his characters, and the Russo brothers understood that. They told the screenwriters to put that into the script, and they just knocked it out of the park. They blew my mind. I loved every second of Spider-Man in this movie. I can't wait for Spider-Man Homecoming. They just nailed it, guys. There's no other way to say it. And also the writing definitely nails the tone between putting good comedy yet keeping a consistent tone throughout. And this is one thing I was definitely concerned about because this is hard for people to pull off. But they did. They really did. The last thing I want to touch into is the themes of this film. Now, sure, we touched on. And the themes in this film are some really thought-provoking ones that they touch on, like friendship, and darkness, and like how far one would go to protect a friend. Yet in the process, lose another friend who may get angry and turn against them. And these friendships, they actually handle a lot more mature, yet heartbreaking to explore. Honestly, guys, there's not much I can say about that, but go see this movie and you'll see what I mean. This is really, wow. Guys, if you can't tell, I had a ton of fun with this film. The script is amazing. I thought it was amazing. The characters are so well acted. The writing is completely on point with each character. It ties in well with the previous films while still becoming its own thing. It sets up for its next films excellently yet subtly. And I gotta say, guys, I'm not gonna say this is a perfect superhero film. In my opinion, there is none. But this Captain America: Civil War is an example of why I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So much personality. There's a lot of depth to the characters. The writing is fantastic. The humor is there. And the action does not disappoint. Again, there's a place in this world for movies that are born to stick in the minds of people's memories, and this one is one of them. So I'm gonna give this film the biggest rating it deserves. The M&M Weekly stamp of approval, a big fat out of 10. And that's not a film, and that's not a rating that will make people want to see this film. I don't know what will, guys. Folks, Marvel Cinematic Universe has gone strong to each new Captain America film, and like I said earlier, if the Avengers Infinity War films could be this good, I'd say we're gonna have both fight smashes on our hands. So there's nothing for me to say right now. Check this out, guys, and be prepared for war. So yeah, I think thanks a lot for watching, you guys. If you like what you saw, comment down below and let me know what you want. Let me know. I do have some new options, some new things for my channel. I will announce soon. And if there's anything you like, and please comment down below. And be sure to check out my book. And remember, folks, superheroes are great again. And this movie is an example of how. Until then, my name is Ross. This is M&M Weekly, and I will see you next time. Good day.